honestly, if I'm not a celebrity, but if I was a celebrity and someone came to me with some promotion that I didn't really believe in, I don't know if I
You would,
would take that.
yeah, you don't want to endorse that. You don't want to endorse that at all, right?
I mean, I say that now, having no endorsements coming to
That's
me.
true.
But
But
then
yeah,
once they come to me and they're like, "Hey, we'll give you $1 million just to tweet this out,"
yeah.
I don't know.
Never
I
know. You
might be
never know.
swayed.
Listen. Pornhub can approach you and say, "Hey, can you tweet this out? This message." You never know.
But I totally that's something that I'm like, all right, I can okay that. It's stuff that it's stuff that I don't believe in.
Hey there, welcome to the Gluten-Free Organic Thoughts podcast, where you are encouraged to express your natural thoughts and views through casual, meaningful conversations that hopefully can lead to learning and understanding new perspectives. To find out more info, visit www.gfOThoughts.com. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Wong and Robert Din. We hope you enjoy this episode.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another great episode of Organic. Wait, oh yeah, wow.
We forgot the name of our own show. Holy shit.
Later that same evening.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another great episode of Gluten-Free Organic Thought Podcast. My name is Michael Wong, and always with me, Robert Din.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. I heard you say hello, everybody, like your a radio voice.
I am, I gotta maintain that radio voice the whole time.
Hello, everybody. We're coming back to you
live from the studio. All right, so today's episode is going to be very influential. And one of the things that we're going to discuss today is how powerful that can be. So before we get started, though, what are you drinking, Robert?
I am drinking some wine. I got some Old Vine Zinfandels here.
Nice.
Scotto Family Cellars wine.
You just open it?
This one I've had on the podcast before. So all of these wines, I can get one glass at a time. They're all still corked.
Got it.
So I just get one glass at a time. I've had this before, but
nice. How many bottles of wine you have left on your shelf? That's yours.
So I have maybe 20, and then I just have a case that got delivered. So
okay.
I have
there's a lot.
Maybe 40.
Pretty much a year's supply left.
Plus, I have friends who send me wine to just store for them. So then I think I have 4 boxes there. That's 8 more bottles that are not mine. And then there's 4 in the fridge that are his as well. So 12 that are not mine.
When you move, they're going to have to take those wine back.
Or I just drink them myself.
There we go.
That's what you get. It's sunk cost for you.
There you go. All right. So this episode... my drink. Oh, that's right. My drink is I'm drinking something called Golden milk, which is made of turmeric, honey, and oat milk. And
golden milk.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty. It's good for your digestion. One of the things is that it's very soothing, especially when you drink it in the evening. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's relaxing. It's something relaxing. You drink it warm or even hot, to be honest.
You like the warm drinks. I don't like the warm drinks.
Well, people can make it cold though. So what they do is they pre-make it and then put it in the fridge for the next day. And then
no, what you need to get. I bought one of these. It's called a ultra chiller or something. So what it is there's multiple cups in there, right? So you have there's an inside cup where you pour water in there, and then you screw it in. Then there's an outside cup where you just screw it in. That's where all your liquid's gonna go in. And then the outside cup where you pour more water in, screw it in, put it in the freezer. It freezes. So then when you pour in the liquid, it goes in there and shows it from both sides, from the inside and the outside.
Because it's the tubes, it goes around.
Yeah, the way the cups are working, and then all you do is just stir it for 30 seconds, and it comes out ice cold. So I love that thing. I bought one and I've used it all the time.
Thermodynamics for you,
Because I make Vietnamese coffee at home.
Yeah,
and it's
you hate hot Vietnamese coffee. I love hot Vietnamese coffee though.
No, it's always iced. Always.
I like it when it's hot, nice and hot.
Yeah. I don't like anything hot, really. I don't think I have. I think only green tea is the only thing I drink hot. Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into the episode today. So today this topic is more about talking about I guess when it comes down to influencers, and because we've seen some good stuff with it, influencers promoting good stuff and bad stuff as well, or sometimes reckless stuff that they're not even aware of, right? And one of the question is, I guess we're trying to answer today, is that should the influencer be somehow either regulated or monitored or something and be held accountable for their promotion, I guess.
Yeah. Should they be held accountable for what they say? Yeah. That's really where it comes down to.
And if so, how?
And if so, how?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think, Mike?
So my stance is they should be, but from a moral standpoint, not just only from a financial standpoint, right? I feel like if you have the power to influence, let's say, 10,000 people, and you know that you can, scam somebody, you shouldn't be doing it. The morality behind that, right? You shouldn't be doing it in general. Like especially if you're getting paid for something, and you're not exposing that you're being sponsored that by somebody, that's just scamming somebody.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that if you're getting paid for it, you definitely need to be telling people you're getting paid. I also honestly, if I'm not a celebrity, but if I was a celebrity and someone came to me with some promotion that I didn't really believe in, I don't know if I would take that.
Yeah, you don't want to endorse that. You don't want to endorse that at all, right?
I mean, I say that now, having no endorsements coming to me.
That's true.
But then once they come to me and they're like, "Hey, we'll give you $1 million just to tweet this out."
Yeah.
I don't know.
You never know. Listen, Pornhub can approach you and say, "Hey, can you tweet this out? This message?" You never know.
But I totally that's something that I'm like, all right, I can okay that. It's stuff that I don't believe in, like the Raycon headphones or whatever, the ear pods that
which one?
They're called Raycon, but every YouTuber has somehow promoted this thing because their budget for everything is just put it all onto YouTube, and all the YouTubers get these ear pods and then promote them. And I've seen people, I don't know if they're amazing.
Yeah.
They can't possibly be that good because they're not on any list of best headphones.
Got it.
Right? But even celebrities that are doing tech reviews will also be promoting them in their
plugging in it.
They're plugging it. But I don't think any of them use that as their daily headphones.
Well, listen, Raycon, if you are you want us to promote it, let us know, we'll listen to it. We'll use it.
No, I say all of that, but if you guys want to promote us, we're gonna
all joking aside though, okay, so the question is that if you do somehow figure out a way to monitor them or hold them accountable, right, what is the fine line, right? Because at the end of the day, there is something genuine about it. Sometimes you just don't know, and you talked about something because you end up liking this amazing, lipsticks, right? But then it may not have worked for some of the people that they follow. But it doesn't mean that, hey, you were trying to promote it. You're just sharing your true natural self that you like the product, right?
Yeah.
So, and then what's the difference between crossing that fine line and the freedom of speech?
Yeah, that's all. It's all part of it too. Yeah, for sure. I think there's always going to be those people that are like, oh, I just promoted it because I promoted it, because I used it, so I liked it. I had no idea it would have some bad repercussions, right?
Yeah.
And so that's really the question is intent, and I think that's the hard part to regulate. If you're gonna try to regulate this, how do you identify intent?
Yeah, that's true. And then the evidence to support that on top of that too.
Yeah, and you need evidence to support it. It's a difficult conversation to have, especially where even people who
clearly
the people who clearly are doing it for self-promotion are obviously gonna say that this was not their intent, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna get both sides saying the same thing, and it's hard to identify which one's real, which one's not.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, then you think having an influencer police or influencer auditor would be a good idea?
In theory, it's a good idea, but
it's not applicable. You're saying?
Yeah, practically, it's practically impossible to be able to identify it. Yeah.
And I think it comes down to is, can a human being just be decent? Because if you take the money factor out, I think they could be. But I think when you plug the money factor in, it's just, I feel like a human being loses compassion to each other. And like, especially when you get to this power, right? You have this tremendous power. You have a million followers. You're like, oh my God, I have this much power. How do you get them to stay moral to their own conscience, to how they got there today in the first place, right? It's tough.
Yeah, and money talks, right? So
Money
like,
talks, yeah.
they they might not believe it or anything, but like I said, someone pays you $1 million to tweet something out. Like something so easy as to tweet something out. Like who's gonna say no to it? Even though you have like some moral obligation to the people who are listening to, who are following you. I don't know. Like
so then how do you talk, I guess, because now let's talk about a little bit more extreme, right? You obviously you have your celebrity status who has 1 million followers and more. And whether they're celebrity or not, for example, Elon Musk is, it's the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, right? Clearly when he tweeted about Dogecoin, he had some,
yeah.
And obviously like it skyrocketed, just because. And there's no utility behind that. That's kind of a little bit of a market manipulation to a certain degree, but he didn't say that he sold it. See, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think I've like been 100% against Elon Musk like tweeting about Dogecoin and tweeting about Tesla. Like I was just against him, just like him, like he knows his influence, and then he is just like taking advantage of it to like raise or lower the price of whatever he's trying to do. Right?
It's a smart thing. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's smart. It's just it's morally wrong.
It's morally wrong. I 100%
because there's gonna be a lot of people who lose money on what you're.
Who's gonna get hurt behind that? 100% agree. Because there's a lot of people who believe what he does, and so listen, he made enough have got involved in cryptocurrency. Besides that, yes, recently, just this past 2 years, but I feel like people follow him because what he has done in the past is so successful. Anything to touch it turns into gold. And you're right, people can get hurt behind it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely has happened. Like Dogecoin has dropped a lot since the peaks, right? So people buying at the top when he was tweeting about it have lost a lot of money on there. So it's
But do you think that's now what percentage do you think that's his fault versus somebody being stupid, like just buying without doing no research?
Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like
you know what I'm talking about? I'm sorry. Like there's some people investing without doing research. That's their own fault. I'm sorry.
I get it, but like he should know his own influence, right? Because like he can tweet out to, I don't know how many followers he has, and then 1 million people go and buy it. It's gonna, even if 1 million people did their research and bought it, it's gonna go up. That's right. True. If you're buying, it's gonna go up. So just that, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you can say that like everyone buying is a dumb investor.
No, but I get it again. But I feel like if you're investing in something and someone mentioned about it, you follow them, right? I get that it's more persuasive to do that, right? But you still have to do your own due diligence. That you should do your own research, whether this is the right move for you.
Yeah, but everyone's research is different, and everyone's research is not going to be the same. So then one person,
are lazy, though.
It doesn't matter if they're lazy or not. Like, I think their influence is going to affect the market no matter what.
That's true.
So them just tweeting it out, whether people do research or not, they should do their research, but not everyone's going to do it. And that manipulation by itself is already immoral.
Yeah, but on top of that, though, there's also part of it is like, with that intent, right? Let's just say Elon Musk was very transparent about it. Say, hey, I hold 2 million Dogecoin. The reason why I hold 2 million Dogecoin, he believes in it, whatever it is. Let's just say that he did it just like that. Then now, is he crossing the line of telling people what he believes in?
I mean, he should know what he says is gonna do, right? Yeah. And he needs to be transparent about what he's doing.
That's true.
Because he also should be like, yeah, I bought this much of Dogecoin. Like, I have this much. I'm tweeting that it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
You know, like it's gotta be pretty transparent about what he's doing.
Like listen, I follow a few influencers, a few celebrities, I guess, that I admire towards too, in a sense, right? Or I believe what he does, in a sense, just because the reputation that he perceived, right? And so I don't invest what they say half of the time, because by the time they say it, it's already too late.
Yeah, but you're also a savvy investor, right? Like you're someone who does other investments outside of that. There's people who like they'll listen to their taxi driver and go and buy stocks that their taxi driver says, and by the time it gets to that guy, it's a bad buy, right? So it's not like, and those type of investors, they might not even have the knowledge or like the understanding to do the research that is needed. So I don't think that, like, yeah, it is on the person, but the person who's promoting needs to also have that.
So you're saying it's more like 70% accountability on the influencer, 30% accountability ish on like the person?
No, it's probably more on the person, but it's still like your influence has done a lot.
So you're saying 40% on the influencer, 60% on the person who actually tried to invest or try to follow?
Probably closer to that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but I don't. But it's still I don't put the percentage that the influencer is doing as small, right?
Okay, of course. It's not saying that 1%. I understand.
No, it's not 1%, because like you can move markets, right? Like you can really move markets, and then we're just talking about like Elon Musk talking about how good Dogecoin is when he said when he tweeted that Tesla's not taking Bitcoin anymore because of like stupid solar reasons, like energy reasons, right?
Correct, yeah.
The market tanked, and that killed a lot. That lost a lot of money for people.
There was a flash sale that one day. I remember that.
Yeah, that lost a lot of people, and it didn't recover for a while, right?
It took 7 days. Yeah, it took 7 days.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, and let's just say imaginary, we have some way to do police influencer. I mean, having police influencer or auditors, right? What are the pro and cons about it? Let's just say, pros. I feel like people would be more careful of what they're going to promote. I feel like better quality of promotion would be better as well. It will be probably less rug pull type of deal action.
If they could promote it, there would be less rug pulls.
Yeah.
Less of these manipulations. But you're also like, there's that fine line where you don't know if you're just like, if you're policing someone who had no idea, right? And actually was not trying to do anything.
They were genuine. They were genuine. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So you have those people that you might also get hurt, right?
Yeah. Well, it's also like the freedom of speech. So that's a huge amendment that they're going to be. It's a huge con against, because it's fighting against that.
Yeah, you can't just say whatever.
Yeah, but let's say that you wanted to tell the truth.
Everyone has their own truth, so you don't know whose truth is real. It's just everyone has their own truths, and so I guess you can talk with your own truth, but I don't know. I feel like people should talk their own truth to themselves.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I feel like everyone's entitled to do whatever they want, to a certain degree, obviously, right? That doesn't hurt people, but especially like, they can film the videos, whatever they want. They want to speak whatever truth, put a video YouTube, sure, do that. But once I feel like there has to be a sense of responsibility and morality when you have that much power to influence 10,000 people, or 1,000 people, whatever it is, because it's just like, it's a responsibility, because now you have a power,
Yeah, but now when you start policing it, then you get to like you were saying, the freedom of speech, where like people might actually believe it. Like all the fake news that happened in the last election, right? Like that came from people who actually believed what they were saying, and then they were making articles, they were making videos, they just kept on.
Well, and this is where politicians, they know that influence people. They should be even more be more accountable. let's not even talk about celebrities. Just talk about politicians, right? Politicians, because they're the face to represent people. I feel like because you're empowered to just to represent people, that's a clear title, right? They should be accountable for what they say, no matter what. I'm sorry, you go into that realm, you know what you're getting yourself into. I think there should be some kind of police and auditor at what they say and what they stand for and what they do.
I agree with that, right? And it's not just like, it's neither, both sides are guilty of this, right?
Correct.
So you get like people like Trump who are just basically tell lies about everything, and then you have people like AOC who's like takes what's happening and then stretches the truth to the point where it just like
it's just crazy.
Pulls on your heartstrings, right? Like they're really trying to get like somewhat like a reaction.
They know how to play
right?
they try to play the emotion part,
right?
And that's 100%.
And it's all like what you're saying is not exactly true, but it's based on truth. So like, and all the politicians do it just to like pull on people's emotions, and it's just wrong. Like it just feels wrong.
I mean, anything for a vote, right?
Anything for a vote, I guess. Yeah, it's just.
I mean, I just feel like they should listen to Peter Parker. With great power comes great responsibility. No, was that the grandpa?
I think that was his uncle.
His uncle said that, yeah. His uncle
Uncle
said
Ben.
That.
Yeah, I don't think that was Peter.
Great powers come with great responsibility. So.
Yeah. It's true.
If everybody lives like that, especially the people who had that much power to influence others,
Yeah, but you don't get that, and people are affected by money, and they really like money will pull them in different ways than what they were thinking.
No, 100%, 100% agree. And sometimes though, like some people can talk the talk, but doesn't necessarily mean they'll actually walk in what they don't actually practice what they preach sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard that this tells behind the scene, because sometimes everything's just in front of the camera in front of them, right? They can say whatever they want, but behind the scene they could be doing other things. So it's very hard to kind of notice that in a sense. So.
Yeah, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, so it sounds like we're both in agreement. Like we kind of want something, but we can't know how it can be done. And then what is the fine line behind that, right? We don't want to cross the line.
It's like impossible.
Yeah.
It's just impossible to regulate. As much regulation as we want it to happen, there's no way to actually regulate it.
But if there were something to regulate, politicians would be the start. I feel like those people, because you're going to power, you are representing people. I feel like those should be the high priority to target.
Yeah, but it's also the people that are making all the rules, and they're not going to make rules against themselves.
Of course, yeah.
Like no one's going to make a rule that's going to affect themselves. So it's probably the last people that are going to make a rule for.
But I mean, unless you have true, more integrity, moral, they know that.
Yeah, but you got to get like, what is it? 50 people in the Senate and 100
you gotta get the votes.
You gotta get like 200 people to like be on board for this, and people to vote for those 200 people. Yeah, I think it's gonna be impossible.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk about from a corporation standpoint. Do you think that they should be controlled like that? Because we've seen a version of this, but a little bit extreme with China, right? China kind of controls, like, they don't want to be talked bad about. Even celebrities they're getting punished, right? They're getting they get fined for that stuff. And even companies like Alibaba trying to set them straight, Didi, like just little things like that. Like they're trying to show hey, you should be accountable for certain things. You should not mock whatever, your own country in a sense. Like they're holding them accountable.
Yeah,
but I'm not saying they should get China.
I think they take it way farther than anyone over in the US would allow. Because if they say anything bad about the country, then they're automatically on a list, and like we don't see the CEO of what's the guy, the CEO of Jack Ma, we don't see him at all outside because he said just a little thing that's wrong about the government.
Well, it's part of it, because also the United States won't even want to try to do this because they don't even want to have that kind of image to represent themselves.
Yeah, and America is so staunch on freedom of speech. Like there's no way that they'll let that happen. Both sides do the freedom of speech pull, right? So That's one thing that they both agree on. It's just the different.
Yeah.
No, it's like what they're saying is different. Like what they want to be free to speak of is different. That's the only thing. But they both want freedom of speech.
Yeah, and it's to a point that is frustrating each side because they're so stubborn about it.
Yeah, it's like one side, we don't want you to talk about this, but the other side's like, oh, we want to talk about this, and you're stopping our freedom of speech. And they both have their own thing.
Yeah, it's crazy though. All right, well, to wrap this episode up, we're gonna jump into our extra funny emoji session. All right, so Robert, what do you have for us today?
Oh, today I have. Let me see where my links are. I sent this because we've been talking about finding new jobs and stuff.
Right.
So I saw this image, and it just says the name of the article is just fingers crossed, and it's like an job application, and they're like desired pay, and they wrote $400 an hour on there.
Nice. Like, I hope that's his hourly wage.
I don't think I've ever applied to a job where if I have to write it in myself, that it's a high paying job. But this is my desired pay. It's $400 an hour. That sounds like the pay that I would want. It's probably not the pay that I'm gonna get.
I read a range of like, let's say, $100 per to $500 an hour or something like that. Something stupid, like a wide range.
Wait, what'd you say? 100 to 500?
Yeah, I just write a wide range. That's what I do.
But what if they go to the bottom of that range?
Sure, I'm okay with that because the bottom already it's
already super high. So you would go like 400 to 900, and if they pay 400, you're like, all right, I guess you lowballed me. Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Wink, wink, wink. All right, my funny thing is this random freaking video that I keep watching over and over again, which makes no sense at all. So pretty much, if you are not watching on YouTube, is this this video titled "This Guy Is Lit," and so what happens is that this car pulls over to a side of a curve, a guy in the backseat jumps out, lights up a bottle with something flaming on to light it up and throws it out, but then he catches himself on fire, jumps back into the back seat. Meanwhile, there's a guy in the front seat who throws a tire out and then pours alcohol out into this tire and then jumps back as the car to try to take off.
Oh my god! All right, let's. Oh my god, this is a lot to take in, right? Yeah. All right, so they're pulling up. One guy. All right, we're talking about the guy in the backseat. He jumps out. Yeah. He's throwing a Molotov cocktail, but he catches himself on fire.
He jumps back into the car on top of that. While being on fire.
Oh my god. And then the second guy, all right, we're gonna go back. The second guy, somehow he has a tire inside and he's got it out. And then he just pours alcohol inside the inside of the tire. He doesn't do anything with it. He doesn't let it on fire or anything. He just pours alcohol.
It makes sense. He forgot to he forgot to light up the fire. That's probably what happened.
No, he's probably like, "Hey, buddy, you're on fire. Your back's on fire. You're supposed to light this too. Light the tire with your back. That's what you're supposed to do.
I guess so.
Before you jump in the car."
Yeah. So anyway, this car tried to get away, and he like barely successfully gets away. Because he almost forgot somebody in the front seat.
What the hell is this place that they're?
So I love this I love this comment. It says 3 different plans perfectly executed. Task failed successfully. Oh my god,
that is true. I mean, I just don't know what did this place do that they wanted to throw this Molotov cocktail.
I don't know. Cool. It's probably like a security camera that caught this though. So.
Yeah, but like, what is this company, or like, whose house is this that they're doing this at? It's nuts. I can't believe he caught himself on fire with the Molotov cocktail.
It's crazy. I know, right?
Is this in the U.S.? You think this is in the U.S.?
No, probably. Look at the type of car, like that's driving around though.
The car that they came in on could be a U.S. car.
No, I meant like around the street, like the cars, like the traffic. I don't think so. I think it looks like more of like. Actually.
Yeah, I think these look like American cars though.
Yeah, it could be, I guess.
This is nuts. I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But anyway, all right. So we're gonna conclude this episode with our free range venting.
Yeah.
Robert?
Oh, you want me to go first? Okay, so my rant is today we had a meeting with our business partners at work, and basically this past month was horrible. Like our team, we have six people on our team, and everybody is working their ass off for like 2 weeks straight, trying to get all the data for our business partners. And so then we had a retro on what happened, because like it was just a shit show. Like our systems didn't work, our data wasn't right, like everything just didn't work right this month. There's multiple people that were out sick, and they're just like, so we had a retro, and they were basically like saying, if all you have to do is like get all of this stuff automated, and we wouldn't have any problems. Like we could just have all of this stuff done. And we're just sitting there like,
just do it.
We had like 6 people, and everyone's working their ass off, and like nobody, like people are sick and they're still working, right? People in and out of the hospital, and they're still having to work, right? It's like, where are we supposed to like have the time to do all of this that you're trying to get us to do? It made all of us really upset. That we're just like, man, this is this sucks. Like we already are like working so hard. It's not like it's not like we don't want this stuff to get done, right? Like if this was all automated, we would love it too, right? Just give it, like we don't have time to do it. We don't have resources to put into it.
Otherwise we'd have done it by now,
Yeah, otherwise it would have been done. We would have, all right. Like it's not like that would have helped us too. It would help us a lot.
I know, right?
Yeah. It was just annoying. It was like, man, like it just felt like we had a meeting just to shoot blame at us. And we're like, what the hell? Oh man, that's the work life, I guess.
No, it's one of those things. It's like I'm like, you know what we're doing, right?
We're on the same side, right?
We're on the same side, but we just need a little bit of help first, My rant is also kind of work related. So it was my last day at work, and I had 9 meetings in a row, and everybody just wanted to talk to me, I guess, my calendar was full. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
That on your last day, you have a day full of meetings. That's crazy. Last day.
So there was a meeting that a guy missed, and he was asking for a solution, and we gave him a solution. I'm like, we're like, hey, you can default this value, but this what you will have to tell your people, your suppliers, that will affect about 100 to 600, whatever number it is, okay? Because the number wasn't that significant, because he had about 60,000 suppliers to worry about. It only affected like 600, a chunk of that, if even.
Oh, it's like 1%.
Yeah, not even 1%. And and then the email says, "Oh, this solution is not practical. My apologies for missing this meeting." I'm like, well, first of all, you weren't there. Second of all, this is the only solution there is. Third of all, who says this isn't practical besides you? So I asked support team with a ticket that says, hey, is there any other way around to do this? They're like, no, you got to default this specific value. It's only one value, and you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. And so the funny thing is that he replies back to me in an email, where this email could have been a conversation, saying that, hey, this isn't practical, right? I replied back, I'm like, hey, I'm like, this isn't practicable to who? You? Question mark.
Then you sent us an email? Like that's
I sent us an email. I didn't give a crap at this point, because
it's your last day, so okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, this is a solution. And by the way, I'm gonna make you owner this ticket, because this is your issue. I'm gonna make you owner this ticket, and then there's no other way around this. Just so you know, you can go ahead, good luck, ask support again. And I was like, good luck.
Was that the last thing you said to him?
That's the last thing I said to him. I said, good luck,
over email.
Yeah. This guy always fights stuff like this to do. That's one thing I'm not gonna miss about.
Is this guy?
Is this one?
What's
guy.
his name? You wanna?
No.
You wanna flame him?
That's okay. It's not worth the effort, okay, to promote him. All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to make him famous.
I freaking hate Smith. He's freaking the worst.
But anyway, that was my rant. When I saw this, and I sent this to another colleague of mine who worked with him in the past, And she was like, LL. And she literally said, this is something I'm sure you're not going to miss. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Oh my God. Why do you have so many meetings on your last day?
Mainly because they knew I was leaving, so they wanted a little bit more knowledge question transfer, things like that. And then they
It
wanted
wasn't actual work.
It was actual work. A lot of them were actually.
Why are you doing actual work on your last day?
Because my replacement, I mean, he was just catching up still. I mean, I've been training my replacement for 2 weeks already, but he was still catching up. So yeah.
Wow, that's just gonna be bad for them. Like if you're still doing work on your last day.
Well, I left them in a very good spot. I wrote a list of what they need to do in the next 2 months.
I mean, but still,
no. I literally wrote a list of what they need to do in the next 2 months.
Yeah, but if you're doing work, right, on the last day, that means that they haven't taken over that work yet. Right? Yeah. So it leaves them in a spot like I mean, it doesn't matter to you, right? But like for them, like they shouldn't be letting you work. They should be pulling that work from you so that you're not doing it, and that they have someone who's actually practically done it, right? So that's on them.
Well, the guy who's replacing me has more experience than I do. So he knows his shit. I'm not too worried about that. It's just catching up to stuff. That's all it is.
I see.
Yeah. The guy who's replacing me has twice more experience than I do. So
he's way better than you. That's why they brought him
100% for sure. Yeah, that's why I told the client, you know what, you're gonna be way better off, and So.
Oh, all right. Yeah. That's why they're okay with letting you go. They're just like, we got better guys that are working here, right? Is that how it is?
That's how it is, Yeah. All right. Anyway, that concludes our episode for today. So if you are watching us on YouTube, please leave a comment. Let us know what you think about influential power. Should you be audited? So you should be controlled, not, or we're just talking crap for reason, and they should be left alone. So or whatever it is, let us know how you feel.
Yeah, and give us some examples too of what you've seen.
Yeah. And if you're influencers, let us know how you think. What you think about that?
Yeah.
We want to. I mean, we're not there yet. We'll let you know once we get there. But still,
let us know what we need to be ready for. When we get some, they're all gonna be like, you know what? You need to stop talking trash, because once you're famous, you're gonna take all of these promotions, and then we're just we're gonna have to eat we're gonna have to delete this episode, and then.
All right. Meanwhile, please subscribe, hit that like button down below, please. And if you're watching us, you're listening to us on Apple, Google Podcasts, make sure you subscribe and make sure you like the audio.
Yeah, and if you want to watch any of our other episodes, you can go to our website, www.gfothougts.com.
Yep. Until next time, take it easy. Peace.
All right. See you guys. Peace.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Gluten-Free Organic Thoughts podcast. If you are watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this episode, and leave us a comment. And as always, you can find us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GFOThoughts. Until next time, see you then.